All right, this is Patrick Kelley with Taylor Properties, coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland. What we're doing today is we're doing a little bit of a video market update. We're going to be talking about what we're seeing on the ground, some of the biggest concerns in the market right now, and kind of where we're heading the rest of this year into next year, 2024. So right now, there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of confusion in the market. When I'm usually engaging with customers and clients and things that come to me, most of them don't know what to believe. They'll hear maybe somebody that bought or sold a house, but then they'll reference kind of maybe something that they're hearing in the news. And a lot of people, they just don't know what's going on, what's the best move. A lot of people also have lifestyle needs that they need to take care of, and they don't know, are home values going to implode on themselves? Is there a housing recession? All these different things. I think a significant chart that can kind of help understand where some of our foundation underlies in the real estate market. And this is a really kind of impressive pie chart to look at. Probably surprised quite a bit of you. 39% of our homeowners own their property free and clear. On top of that, you have another 29% of people who have at least 50% of equity in their property. So if you just kind of think about that, we have the lowest amount of foreclosures in recent times right now. We also have the forbearance program. There's not going to be a whole lot of foreclosures that surface, mainly because of this. A lot of people have so much ownership within their property. This is double-sided as well. This is also going to be a situation where some people may enjoy that. They may enjoy some of the low interest rates that they have. Sometimes I'll speak to some clients and they'll express, I've got a 3% interest rate. I'm not going to give that up for a 6 or 7% interest rate. But on top of that, they either need to move into a new school district, or maybe they had an extra kid and they need an extra bedroom, but they're going to use that to hold on to an interest rate. This is something that we're seeing quite a bit. So with that said, there should be an alleviation in pressure from this inventory issue that we have. A lot of it is driven through rates. You'll see right now our active listing count on this chart here is, we're still very low comparatively speaking to last year, and year over year from traditional seasonal sales, this is just way down. A lot of this is kind of tied into that narrative. Some people are reluctant to give up that very low interest rate move, and kind of where's that tipping point. The one good thing is, we just had a recent rate hike. More than likely, that will be one of the last rate hikes of the year. And I think general consensus is that we should see some of these rates start moving downwards into next year. So let's go ahead and check out this next slide, which is days on market. I know many of you, if you're in the market, there's probably two stories of this. There's some people that, maybe you were in a recent bidding war or something. If you're a real estate agent, you saw 20 offers on a property. That's happening. Are there some people that are overshooting listing these houses? Yeah, it's commonplace. We do have some people that are looking at historical sales, previous bidding wars that maybe occurred last year, thinking that they can still achieve those values. The one thing in the market right now is if you come in at or slightly below where those market values are, you usually will accumulate multiple offers. If you end up overshooting and maybe are trying to achieve something where there was a bidding war or something was bid up to an astronomical value or something last year, and you want to try to tap into that, the market will probably penalize you and you'll sit on the market a little bit. So, it's one of those situations as a seller, we still are in a great seller's market, in my opinion. It's a situation where you really need to nail your price point. You need to work with an agent that's in that market, that understands what's going on, understands the multiple offer situation, and isn't necessarily going to say, hey, you're going to get exactly what you want out of this without referencing some of these data points. Let's go ahead and look at our next slide here. So median listing price. I know this is probably an ugly number for a lot of majority of our first-time home buyers, but this is kind of a dynamic we've been seeing for quite a while. with a lot of our home owners right now reluctant to give up interest rates. And it's also not just the interest rates. It's if you sell your house, what are you going to buy? You're going to buy also something that's similar in that price point. But this is also a narrative thing. You know, some people are in the consensus where they're anticipating there's a home value crisis that's coming around the bend or something like that. We had home value dips basically around, I think, September, October last year, maybe to January, February this year. Other than that, our homes have been appreciating. And, you know, you go back and ask some of these clients that have bought early January in a bidding war last year or something like that, that house has appreciated a good bit. So, you know, this, you know, I think as we move forward here and especially into next year, these are going to reduce. As our rates go down, we're going to have more people ready to sell. And a lot of the people that are going to be ready to sell, I think, are going to be in lower price brackets and are going to kind of open up some new opportunities for a lot of our first-time home buyers. And the one thing about that is you can kind of hedge this a little bit. You know, this tail end of the year, one of the things we're saying is you marry your house, you rent your rate. You may, out of consequence, have a little bit of a higher interest rate. But if you get your house now, you know, you should potentially, if these rates go down, be able to ride some appreciation into next year and onward. All right, so this here is a very big graph that I want a lot of people, I think a lot of real estate agents should get energized about this. This came through a recent webinar that I was a part of, and it's got me kind of pumped up and really excited about where things are headed. This is a population chart. This is the demographics in our country. Many of you may have heard this. Millennial generation is going to be the largest generation throughout the remainder of your life, at least for me. I'm a millennial. You know, so with that said, the average age of a first-time home buyer is about 34, 35 years old. So with that, we have one of the biggest population waves coming through the market. If you go on this chart and you go up here and you move to the left a little bit, this group is about to come into that 34, 35-year-old range in the next 2-3 years, maybe 4 years or so. And this is going to be the largest wave in real estate. We expect this to kind of coincide with some of these lower rates, and it should be a prime market. So a lot of people that are kind of in this situation where you're maybe on the fence and you're looking at some of this stuff and you're saying, you know, I don't know if I should sell. I don't know if I should buy. I want to wait for home values. I've heard this so many times. Home values going to drop, this, that, and the other. I think we're past that. I think we're in a position now where people need to kind of reaffirm where they're at, what their lifestyle needs are, and frankly, you know, take priority with what makes sense. You need to speak with an advisor. You need to get in touch with real estate agents like myself that understand what's going on, that can speak accurately and confidently about what we're seeing and hearing on the ground so that you can make a good decision. You know, lastly, what we'll do is we'll end with kind of recapture that millennial wave that's coming through. It is exciting for real estate. You know, the nation is standing on the front doorsteps of the largest wave of home buying demand in U.S. history. What are you going to do as an agent to be ready for that? As a buyer or seller in the market, this is something that you need to factor in. You know, if you've been kind of in a position where you're waiting for some news or some kind of guidance or something like that, let this be it. Feel free to give me a call anytime. You can reach me directly at 410-703-6671. I think we're going to be planning on doing these videos once a month, so keep a lookout. And if you have any friends or family that are looking for a real estate agent, please keep me in mind. I'm never too busy for your referrals, so send them my way. Alrighty.